Alright, what's up everybody? Welcome back to another Throw with the Pros how-to video. In this video, we're just going to be playing through a tournament. So we've gone through the tournament setup. We're at the leaderboard screen to start hole 1, and we're just going to play through a tournament. There is an option to resume tournaments, which definitely comes into play for tournaments that are more than one round, which we'll show off at kind of halfway point here. But we've got our XC tier at Maple Hill Golds. This is the general leaderboard screen. So this is obviously your leaderboard with you competing against the other AI. In this test version, I haven't changed my name, so right now it just says user, as it will for everyone else until you set your own name. All the hole scores are blank. Hole numbers are in here. So we are at Maple Hill Golds. So there's 18 holes. The slider on the bottom is what you use to move left to right, so to view other holes on the leaderboard. So you can see we're at hole 1 through 5 right here. We can use this slider to change those numbers. Go all the way to hole 18. As you play, it will update automatically so that you're always viewing the latest scores. For XC tier tournaments, they are limited at 7 players for MA4 and MA3. Once you get to... No, I think XC tiers are always 7 players. Bigger tournaments obviously have more competitors. A tiers have, I think, up to 100 competitors. When you have more than 7, you'll use these arrows to scroll up and down just by clicking them. It'll adjust the name and scroll up and down the leaderboard. Because there's only 7 competitors, they're all shown here, so scrolling up and down doesn't do anything because there's no more players to show. As you score through the tournament, so we'll demonstrate here. We'll start hole 1. Let's say hole 1's a par 4. That's a hard hole. Let's say we took a par. So we'll hit submit and all the scores will update. The AI scores will resort themselves after every single hole based on who's at the top. So the AI score is automatically resorted. 1-ups at the top of the leaderboard here is the best AI score. Seth's down here at the bottom at 3 over. The user score, even though we're in first, we are at the top. You will always be at the top. So even if we come in here and let's say we take a 12 on hole 2, plus 9, we're in last place right now, we're still going to be shown at the top. For the 7-player tournaments, it doesn't make a big difference, but if there's 150 players, what I don't want you as the user to have to do is to have to scroll all the way down to the leaderboard to see your name. I want your score card to always be visible. So you will always be at the top here. It's got a little white outline to distinguish, but you'll be able to see your current place in the tournament right here. So we're 7 out of 7. We're in last place. Let's say we ace the next hole. We're going to start moving up. So we're at 7 over. You can see we're tied for second to last. Puts us in 5th currently. It'll always give you the benefit of the doubt in terms of place against the AI. So if you're tied for 6th with someone, it'll put you in 5th place. But yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. I guess you're tied for 5th here. It'll put you in 5th. You'll put your scores in throughout the round. As you can see, hole pars, hole distances will update after you complete each hole. The reason it doesn't do that beforehand is that for Maple Hill Golds, I've only put in 1 pin position for each hole. A lot of courses, especially your local courses or Maple Hill, they're going to have multiple pin positions for every single hole. They'll have a pin A, pin B, pin C, and each of those pins is going to have a different distance, and some of them are going to even have a different par. So I don't want to display pars and distances until you've selected which pin you're going to play. So we'll do that. You basically just keep score throughout the entire tournament. Every time you play a hole, you put in your score. AI scores update accordingly. Let's say you go back and you want to check something. Hit our back button here. Anytime you have an ongoing tournament, so even if it's a 3-round tournament and you finish the first round, that still counts as an ongoing tournament. You're going to have this big resume button down here at the bottom. It'll tell you which round you're resuming, what the tier was, and what the course was. You just tap the resume button and that takes you right back to the tournament. So you can always go back. The tournament's never lost. It saves. We could close out of the app, load the app back in. That tournament is saved. So it never goes away. You'll always have that resume button right there. And yeah, you'll put in your scores throughout the entirety of the round. You can see that as we score, the holes are updating with us. We can always go back and look at what we did on the first holes and still go ahead, but it'll always keep up with you. So we'll go and put in some random scores, obviously. Putting in some eagles, some aces, just for the sake of speed here, but this is basically what you'll do. And you'll do that for every hole on the course until you finish hole 18. You par at 18, submit, and now you're done. So now you can see your scores in relation to the rest of the AI. We're in first place because I put in a lot of good scores at the end. Obviously, the MA4 XC tier division, or MA4 division in the XC tier tournament, struggled pretty heavily on Maple Hill Golds, as would be expected. Round 1 of 1 here, if it was a multi-round tournament, that would change. But that's pretty much the gist of it. Once you're done, you would hit finish round. And yeah, that would take you to the end of the round screen. If it's the last round of a tournament, it'll take you to the tournament finish screen. And then once you're done there, it just takes you back to the main menu where you can spend your payouts or start a new tournament or do whatever else you want to do. So that's pretty much it. It's intended to be very quick. I don't want people to be staring at their phones while you're playing around at the course. I want it to be you just pop it open, submit your score, hit enter. If you want to look at the leaderboard, you can, but otherwise you're done. It's as simple as that. So that'll wrap it up for this video. If you have any questions, comments, feedback about playing through tournaments, leave them down in the comment section below. I will respond to them. Other than that, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.